What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our Merseyside derby preview here on Anfield Agenda. Already the Reds are preparing to travel to Goodison. It is a Wednesday game, which means just 3 days turnaround from the victory over Fulham before Jurgen Klopp's boys head for Jurgen's last Merseyside derby. We will be live on Wednesday from 7 p.m. with our watch along. Hope you can join us for it. Until then, I'm going to go through, give you my predicted 11 and score prediction ahead of the game, asking you guys to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, but most importantly, my friends, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. So let's start off with a bit of an injury update. As far as I'm aware, Liverpool have no new injury concerns. I think this game will probably still be too early for Bajcetic to be back in the matchday squad, but other than that, it's just Connor Bradley, Joel Matip and Mr. Thiago Alcantara who are ruled out. So with that in mind, let's take a look at our recent head-to-heads with Everton and their form coming into the derby. So, as you can see, our last game back in October, we beat Everton by 2-0 at Anfield. If you go back to February, Liverpool beat Everton by 2-0 again. And then last September, it was Everton 0, Liverpool 3. I should say this September of the 2022-23 season. Everton's recent form coming into this game. Last game, they had a 2-0 victory, a contentious 2-0 victory, I should say, over Nottingham Forest. 15th of April, they were whooped by Chelsea by 6-0. 6th of April, Everton won, Burnley 0. They drew on the 2nd of April against Newcastle away from home in a 1-1 draw, and they had a loss away to Bournemouth by 2-1 going back to March the 30th. So that is where we are at with Everton's form coming into the game. Our own form, well, fair to say it was shaky to say the least, but at least we did pick up that very hard fought 3-1 victory away at Fulham yesterday. These games come thick and fast at the end of the season, don't they? I mean, to finish up last night and to already have to be recording a preview today, but I'm not complaining. So let's get into it now and go through the score predictions and the predicted 11. And we'll start off with my score prediction for this game. What have I gone for? I've gone a bit bold here. I have. Maybe I'm being a bit too optimistic, but I do feel like we're going to show up. Everton are a really poor side, but we have to earn the right to win the game. I'm not expecting many changes in team selection, but I'll go through that in a minute. But for me, the 4-1 victory, it might sound a little bit outlandish, but I think it's entirely possible. I'd rather it be 3-0 than 4-1, but we know our defence has been quite leaky as of late. So with that in mind, I did, of course, give the home team a goal. So I'm going Liverpool 4, Everton 1. Let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree with that one. Now, moving on to the starting 11, and this is what I would like to see against Everton on Wednesday. So, we'll start off as we always do with the goalkeeper and the centre-backs. One change there for me. I would bring Ibrahim Konate back in because of the physicality that Everton are probably going to bring to the game. I'd rather have him back there than a young, slightly inexperienced Jarell Quansah. So, for me, it's going to be Alisson Becker in goal, Virgil van Dijk, your captain, and then, of course, Ibrahim Konate making up your centre-back pairings. Into the full-back positions, I don't think I'm going to surprise you here with these ones, my friends. I'm going to go with Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side and Andy Robertson on the left. I thought Trent was brilliant against Fulham. I know I've seen mixed reviews on Trent's performance in comment sections, but for me, the ball striking ability, the range of passing. I see people try to just say Trent passed the ball side to side. If you think a 40 or 50 yard diagonal pass is just simply passing the ball side to side, I give up. But I was really impressed with Trent, and I was really impressed with him as well away against Atalanta for the 70 minutes he was on the pitch. Now, Andy Robertson, he does need to pull up his socks a little bit. Some of these blind crosses into areas where nobody's there, or some of the poor set pieces need to be fixed. When I say set pieces, Robbo, I mean corners. So that's my back four. Alisson in goal, Robbo at left back, Trent at right back, and Konate alongside Virgil van Dijk. Hopefully you're still with me to this point. Now moving into midfield, I have made some changes here. What I'd like to see is Wataru Endo in the number 6, Alexis McAllister come back into the starting 11, and I'd put Ryan Gravenberch in there. I don't see how you can't reward Ryan's performance against Fulham with another start. I thought he was really good. Alexis McAllister came off the bench, but it was good that he was able to get somewhat of a rest because he's played a lot of football this season. And for Wataru Endo, I really feel like it was a game of two halves. First half against Fulham, I thought he was meh. Second half, I thought he was much, much, much better. So I hope he can carry that form into the derby. So just again, my midfield with Toro Endo in the number 6, then Alexis McAllister and Ryan Gravenberch. Now, if I'm trying to guess what Jurgen Klopp is going to do, Probably the usual. Probably Curtis Jones and Dominic Szoboszlai, or Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister. But as long as McAllister and Endo are in there, the third position, I guess, is totally up to Jurgen. But I think Ryan Gravenberch deserves to carry on after the performance against Fulham. So, up to the business end of the pitch, and how bold have I been here? What have I done? Well, start off with the wide areas. I bring back in Mohamed Salah. I think, he's got his warning. He'd been dropped for the last game, so I consider that Mo's warning. So I think it's fair that he comes back in to try and prove himself again. On the other side, Cody Gakpo. Just like Ryan Gravenberch, I think it would be extremely unfair to take the shirt off Cody, who had a very, very good game against Fulham and looked far more comfortable in that wide left position than he has done through the centre. So for me, that's a no-brainer. Diaz, I'm not saying that he had a poor performance against Fulham by any stretch, but I don't feel like he grabbed the opportunity on the right-hand side by the scruff of the neck, and I think we got a little bit more of the Gakpo. So for me, in your two wide positions, Mohamed Salah on the right-hand side and Cody Gakpo on the left. And that just leaves us one position to finish up with today, and that is, of course, through the centre. Options that I had here were, of course, Diogo Jota, Darwin Núñez, and maybe, if I wanted to be very bold about it, stick Lucho through the centre. But, common sense has prevailed, and I've gone for who we would all probably say is our best natural finisher at the minute, and that is, of course, Mr. Diogo Jota. So, that is my 11. To go through it one more time for you, it's Alisson Becker in goal, Trent at right back, Andy Robertson at left back. Centre-back pairing for this game for me would be Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate. Into midfield, I would go for Wataru Endo, Alexis McAllister and Ryan Gravenberch. And then up top, and I know putting Salah back in is going to make some people happy and frustrate others, but I don't think you can just leave him out till the end of the season. He did get his reminder that he isn't undroppable in the last game, but I'd like to see him given a chance to come back in, because whatever we think about the man, he has been our talisman over the last 7 years, and his form today, yes, hasn't been good enough over the last few months, but he can turn it round. And a Merseyside derby, it's a game where you'd like to bring your big players in, and Mo, I hope, will show up and give us a moment in the derby. So it'll be Mo on the right hand side for me, Cody Gakpo on the left hand side, and then Diogo Jota through the centre. So that is it from me. It's now over to you guys. Let us know your score predictions and predict 11 in the comment section. Don't forget to drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. And the watch along will be starting from 7 p.m. Remember, 5 more games is all we have left with Jurgen Klopp as manager. Let's hope we can sign off with 5 wins and then see what happens. I don't know what the future has in store for Manchester City and Arsenal, but at this point, all we can really do is put our own best foot forward, try and win the 5 games that we've got left, and hope that there's a favourite to come in from somewhere. My eyes are firmly fixed on Arsenal's North London derby, and of course Manchester City's trip to take on Spurs as well. But don't worry, I haven't forgotten we have to take on Spurs, but thankfully for us, we're taking them on at Anfield, whereas Manchester City have to go to London. So I'm hoping that that's the one, but you never know. You never know. We will play 2 games before Manchester City get back to playing, so if we can beat Everton, we'll move 4 points clear of Manchester City, and then the pressure's on to them. And I know that they have rhythm of being unstoppable at times, but let's hope the pressure gets to them. So over to you now, guys. I will catch up with you soon. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, if you're watching this early in the evening, we will be live at 8:30 tonight with the late night agenda. Until then, talk to you soon.